Here are 5 things that really matter in marriage. The first thing, this is something that most people will never say because it's not politically correct, but it's the truth. A woman marries a man because it's an honor for her to hang out with him. It's the way we all work. If I said to you, would you like to hang out with, I don't know, Mr. Multimillionaire? So you'd be, yeah. Why? Because it's an honor for you to hang out with them. Now, this is very difficult for men to understand because we don't necessarily think that we're so honorable. So we appreciate the attention and the honor. But what happens if you are hanging out with someone you think is honorable? I don't know. Let's call it the head of the science department in the university, and you think, wow, it's like the guy's your hero because you're always into, I don't know, physics, and he's the physics guru of the world. Well, what's going to happen is that every moment that you're with him, you feel special. Every moment that his attention is directed towards you, you feel special. Can you imagine how special you feel if he, I don't know, buys you a little present and says, thank you so much for your time. It means the world to me. You'd be like, wow. Imagine how special you'd feel if he compliments you. You say, wow, you're such an amazing guy. You do such great things here. You helped me out so much. I really appreciate it. Imagine how special you'd feel. Imagine how hurt you'd feel if he's like, you're just wasting my time here. You may, I don't know, come back, but your heart would be broken. Your relationship would never be the same. You're like, this guy doesn't like me. Can you imagine? One little statement like that could destroy the relationship. How many times in a marriage are we not careful with our words? In fact, it says that when we get to heaven, God will judge us for any statement that we said that was negative. So this is a critical thing. I want you to do this little meditation with me. Close your eyes for a second. Take a deep breath. Breathe in God. Let go of all of the garbage of the world. Breathe in truth and let go of all falsehood. And just imagine yourself as being truly someone that your wife wants to hang out with, that she's feeling it honorable to be with you. And once you do that, you can actually be more of a mensch. You can relate to her in the way that she's relating to you. You can treat her with the sensitivity that a father has to treat a child, because the child looks up to the father, and the father knows that, and the father's careful with his words because he knows his words are going to affect the child. But because when you met your wife, she was already an adult, you don't see the sensitivity that your words need to make. And the second thing that I want to say is, it says in the Talmud, the beginning of troubles in a marriage is financial difficulty. So pretty simple. I have a friend, Jussie Malinsky, he likes to say, whoever said money doesn't buy happiness never had money, or something like that. Point is, money does buy happiness. Certainly it buys a happier wife. So if you have a way to make more money in a kosher way, go ahead, do it. That's a really great thing to do. And the third thing is express gratitude to God for what you have, because often in life we can be like looking for marriage for years and years and years, and then finally you have it and you take it for granted. And everything you take for granted, famous statement, you snooze, you lose. And everything you're grateful for, it becomes something that God himself says, oh, wow, you're grateful for this? Let me help you out. Let me do a little bit more for you. There's a famous song in Israel, Od Yoter Tov, Od Yoter Tov. It's going to be good and even better. But the Rebbe, who perhaps the lingo comes from the letter of the Rebbe that he speaks about this, he says, yes, God's going to give you better, but he wants to know that you're grateful for what you have first. So there's no limit to how good life can be, but you have to be grateful to God. And that will make you a more humble, better person. And the fourth thing is effectively, children. Now, not everybody's able to have children, but if you can have children, Do not forget that's the prime reason that a woman gets married. She wants to have children. And last but not least, she wants you to be a good role model to the children. That's critical. So if you have these 5 things, and number one, it's the idea of understanding that you are precious and holy and important to your wife, and therefore the words you use, just like to a child, are very important. And the second thing is money. Try to make a lot of money, because the more money you have, obviously in a good way, the happier she'll be. She'll feel safer, and she has money. That'll be good. And the third thing, it just slipped my mind for a second. Gratitude to God for what you have. You should do that every morning. Very important. If you are grateful in the morning, you'll have a gratitude-based day. And the fourth thing, which is children, if it's possible, very important. And last but not least, being a good role model to the children. I guarantee you that these are the 5 most important things in marriage. Good luck.